Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're gonna take a look at the new StormGate beta build, which is called Elephant. And we're starting with A-Smith against Huiji B. Okay, let's go. So Huiji B in the top right playing as Infernal and A-Smith in the bottom left playing as Vanguard. Already checking out with the scout what's going on over at his opponent's base there. A-Smith is. As you start with a scout as a vanguard, it's basically like a very basic attacking unit. It's like a dog, right? So it's very fast, it doesn't do too much damage, and as you can see, it even gets chased away by those imps. Pushing down a meat farm down there, and already going into an expansion. I'm just gonna call him Huiji, that is. And yeah, as you can see, the meat farm, it just spawned like a little unit there, and that unit you cannot control, but it will start to defend your base. Basically everything that's in its like range, it will just attack. A-Smith is producing from a barracks here and going for a supply depot next. There have been some changes to the supply depot, so the supply depot you can upgrade now, and it will grant you extra supply and also give you like a solar panel which will increase the building speed of your production facilities, or it will increase your attack speed for turrets, for example. It's really cool. Like, there's so many things you can do right now. It's like really cool. It's looking so much fun. There's so much to explore right now. We see a couple of shroud stones, it seems, here. Oh, there's actually a conclave. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it's not shroud stones. We're gonna see when they finish. I'm not controlling the camera here, unfortunately. And we see A-Smith is going for a couple of scouts, going for the resource camp right now here, trying to pick off these minions. Not gonna lose any of his dogs here. Trying to tank with the healthy ones, of course. So the resource camp, basically what it does is it's just gonna give you a little bit of extra resources. You will see now plus 20 Illuminate there for A-Smith. Excuse me. And there we go, we've got the first brood coming out here. And already, I think he just killed a dog, didn't he? So those broods, you can basically just, they are like a very beefy unit, melee unit, and a little bit slow. Feel a little bit clunky, not as much anymore though, but yeah, in comparison of course to the scout. It's not very mobile, but it's not gonna die to the scouts, and even if it dies, it can spawn basically into two. It splits into two fiends, and those are very fast and can definitely compete with the dogs. I'm actually not sure which one's faster right now. So as you can see, the meat farm is generating those dogs, and sometimes they will just die. So you have like 3, and whenever a 4th gets born, 1 will die. And what it does is it will accumulate sacrifices, basically. And those sacrifices, basically any unit that dies from you or your opponent close to your base will grant you those sacrifice points. And it will enable you to use some spells, basically. Those are kind of like map spells. You can, of course they have regulations, but some you can basically use anywhere on the map. And yeah, you need to be careful as the Vanguard player here, because, well, the Vanguard spells are not available yet. There are only 3. And Infernals, they already have 6. But we will talk about that when it comes into play. And, oh, there we see some shroud stones, I think, going up in the back here. And so far, we're just gonna get some broods and some gaunts, it seems. And we have a mech bay for A-Smith. So this will enable him to go for hedgehogs. Those hedgehogs are very, very fast. Kind of a little bit sliding units. We got a nice scout here. It's gonna confirm what our Vanguard player is gonna do here. Yeah, there's the barracks with the tent. It's not really producing too much right now. A-Smith it is. Gonna build another mech bay down there, and I hope we're gonna see what he will be producing with those mech bays. Yeah, and on the other side we see Gaunts actually being massed up right now. And if you... Oh, And there we have a Doombringer. So the Doombringer is basically a transport air unit, but it can also deploy onto the ground and create a shroud. And the shroud will enable you to gain those white health bars, and they will basically act as a regenerationable extra health, but only on the shroud. You will only gain it on the shroud. So if you are fighting off shroud, it will just it won't deplete, but it will, well, if you fight off shroud, it will just go away and it won't regen again. You need to be back on the shroud to generate it back. He's taking like a long route here, Fuji. And yeah, we're gonna see if A-Smith has anything that can stand up to those Gaunts. And it doesn't look the way right now. We only have some Lancers here, but those Gaunts, they're basically ranged units. And yeah, we'll need to wait and see what comes out of these mech bays. So now there's an opportunity, actually a little bit, well, lucky here for A-Smith to see this. I hope he notices it. And yeah, seems the way he's pulling back his units, but the transport ship is already coming in. And remember, we can generate Shroud, so we will be able to gain extra health here for these units. And there we go. Gaunts coming in now, trying to harass the worker lines. Not killing off too much, but oh my god, the Vulcan almost killed the Doombringer. Oh, sorry, it was only the white health. Still need to get used to the health bars here. That kind of looked scary for a second, but of course, only the white health. So what VGB is trying to do here is just harass the worker lines with those full group of 8 Gaunts, and yeah, going back into the Doombringer and try to fly around. And as you can see, sometimes you can infest units and they will spawn fiends when they die. Oh, I like this. He's also using this to clear some resource camps. And yeah, whenever you kill a unit with those Gaunts, they will spawn these one fiend basically. And yeah, you can really snowball fights like that. If you fight like a low against an army that is kind of low, then you will yeah, really ramp up those fiends sometimes and really snowball. But we have some Vulcans now. Yeah, let's talk about this one. This is a new unit. It's a Hellborn, and it's like a long-ranged kind of siege unit without a siege mode. And I don't think it has AoE. Yeah, it has a very long range attack basically. That's it. And it's kind of slow. It's very big. It has a lot of health, but it doesn't really have any extra abilities. You can already see here the 3rd base taken for UGB, and some Vulcans here, as we already have seen here for A-Smith. And yeah, those Vulcans, of course, they have their straight line AoE damage, which can be really good, especially against fiends. They completely destroy fiends. So we don't see any hedgehogs here for now. No quick harass force here. And yeah, trying to go in here for an attack right now, but I don't think this is just way to defend it. There's so many long-range units here just destroying A-Smith's army kind of right now. He is holding strong for now, but yeah, he needs to pull back here. Only killed a couple fiends, but hey, does this actually help UGB, our Infernal player? Because if you lose units close to your base, you know what it does? It will stack up your spells for later. You need to be careful here. Don't want to lose any extra units here. Those bobs feel kind of very low. And yeah, there we go again. The, wow. I kind of like when you get all of them out of the ship at once. The Harbinger coming in again with the Gaunts here, harassing the worker line. And now you can see all those fiends spawning. And there's nothing at home to defend. There's only one Lancer. The Bob is still just idling around that 3rd base, yet to be taken. And yes, yeah, you can see the fiends, they're just, you know, kept there, down there, and trying to fight anything that comes out of the production facilities. But now we have some Vulcans here trying to push us back, and it seems like this is gonna be successful. Oh, one feed kills one of those Vulcans, and GG is called. UGB takes the first map against A-Smith, and we are gonna go directly into the second one. Let's see if A-Smith can turn this around, but it felt like UGB is a little bit stronger here than A-Smith in the game particularly. Alright, again, playing as the Vanguard in the bottom left and the Infernal in the top right UGB. Let's see if Asmith can maybe turn around, have something up his sleeve, some crazy strategy or anything. Gonna go into an early production facility here for now for HGB. This will enable him some early pressure. It's a iron vault and a meat farm. So the meat farm will provide extra supply, and the iron vault, it enables you to build those broods, right? So you can get like a couple broods very easily, very fast. And yeah, now we're showing off the map a little bit here. There's like a nice tree in the middle, which is kind of beheaded. Okay, we see some bobs moving out here, trying to quick build this command post. And yeah, as you can see, some ramps. So this is a new map. That's why it's being shown off a little bit right now, but eventually I think maps are gonna be changing very fast. And this looks actually really good, actually. Actually, this map is looking really good. It feels way better than all the other maps they have made so far, and I think this is like a style we want to keep progressing in with this game. But we're gonna see, of course, once everybody gets their hands on this during the beta. Things will evolve again, and we will see if this is gonna be a suitable style map-wise, or if it needs to be tweaked in other ways. Alright, we got a brood coming in here. Just killing off the scout. One hit. And there you go, doggo. I hope we don't get, like, petitions by PETA or anything. Trying to harass the worker line here. There is an overcharge available, or should be, but it doesn't seem like it's being used here from Asmith right now. We have a barracks coming up, but there's nothing in production yet from the barracks. He needs to produce a lancer at least. And yeah, we're just gonna see some bobs die, it seems here. That's not the way you want to go. He's trying to rush out the sentry post right now with those bobs and trying to pull back the injured bobs, but he needs to keep building this as well. And yeah, he should rotate a little bit more. Now, trying to repair the bob that is being attacked here. Finally, putting some on the top, but he's gonna lose one more here. Bam, there we go, second kill here, and the sentry post is done. And now we have a buzzsaw post, or whatever it's called. It's just shooting out some, well, saws, basically. And the lancer can, of course, fight the brood. Now the bob's trying to go for this round, but the brood can always basically split if it wants to. And a second brood joining the fray here. Oh my god. And two gaunts coming in as well, so there's a lot of pressure here on Asmith, really, from the very early game. And now the lancer needs to pull back, get into the tower, shoot some saws, and this is dealing a lot of damage. As you can see, you cannot really fight this right now with two broods. One brood got picked off here. Now they automatically will split themselves into those fiends, so you can actively do that your own, or they just do it on death anyways. And we have a second barracks coming up in the main base here, and trying to go, I think that was another sentry post, but not gonna happen here. Those bobs kind of just idling here, not doing anything right now, and the command post is under attack. Now we see some overcharge here on those bobs, but they're already so low on health. We've got only one lancer joining the fray here. The boss tower is out of range. It doesn't really do anything. It's about to attack, but there we go, lancer gonna fall here. And just more and more broods joining the fray here for HGB. It seems this command post is about to basically yeah, it's gonna be going down. So there's one option. I'm not sure if this works under pressure, but you can salvage your buildings. And this might have been a situation where that would have been a good idea, but it takes some time actually. Okay, we see 3 barracks now, so there's 2 down here trying to wall this area off a little bit. They will make tight walls, those buildings, so you cannot really go or move through those. And this is gonna keep this buzzsaw tower, and the extra production will keep Asmith safe, it seems, for now. But honestly, I think HGB could have committed here. Unfortunately, those tooltips are below the overlay they created here for the score. I'm pretty sure that score overlay is not in the game yet, and they will make a different overlay, a completely different overlay for observing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. Huiji B behind this just expanded, and it's just making so many units right now. Going up in tech, Shadow Cleft here, gonna enable some higher units to Conclave. I still need to get down those names and what they actually do. I think Conclaves, was it those big units? Well, Vanguard feels like very intuitive. Got a barracks down here producing some Lancers. There is no bayonet. Oh, there we go. Bionetics lab. So we can produce some medics and some, I want to say exos, but I'm actually not 100% sure. We'll see. Oh, there's some. There's something that's not supposed to be there. Probably a Discord message or something. Alright, let's go. Trying to go for an attack here. Asmith feels like he needs to do something. Trying to use his units. There we see some guys with guns. Those are the Exos. And we don't have any healing power here with us right now. There we go. We see the dog howling and it's gonna grant extra vision. But honestly, I don't think you can really contest this, can you? I mean, he's just gonna let this Conclave die. He could just cancel it as well, but seems like he's gonna try and fight this out here. But yeah, in the defensive position, I don't think Huiji B is gonna lose this fight. We can see now the Exos. Oh, there's one ability coming down here. We need to see what this actually does. So this is the Infect ability. And basically any unit right now that will die will spawn one of those fiends. And yeah. You need to be careful because that's gonna snowball. Also, it deals some damage. A little bit of, it's like a poison. It deals a little bit of damage over time. It feels very strong, right? But remember, this is very early beta still. Like, we just finished alpha, right? So this is very early beta. And we will go into tier 3. It's not there yet. So don't worry. Vanguard supporters, you will gain a lot of extra things in tier 3. There's a whole tier missing right now still from the game. Let's see. Shadow Cleft looks very fun. There's some butterflies actually around. It's kind of funny. It doesn't fit too well. Okay, so we're just building up his troops, it seems. Getting more and more Gauns. There's also some abilities you can use to reset. So basically how those production facilities work for the Infernals, right? So you can not just produce units, like in barracks or something for the Vanguards, or what you're kind of used to. You can stack up units. And then you will be able to produce them basically within a second. But it has a limit. So it stacks up to 3, and then it needs time to recharge the stack, basically. But you'll be able to pool stacks in your barracks or in your vaults, iron vaults, for example, and then you can just produce 3 units at a time, kind of at a time, and really get a huge clump of units within seconds. But you need to have the resources, you need to have the supply free. Otherwise, you're not able to use those stacks. But then there is an ability as well, which will basically reset all of these stacks. Or, like, it will grant you all of those stacks. There we go. Yeah, it seems this is not an holdable push here. The Hellborn, feels like it does a little bit of splash damage, doesn't it? Like in like a line a little bit, yeah. Fireball there. Looks like splash damage to me. A little bit like the Vulcan, but maybe a bit more spread out. And there we go. GG Asmith is gonna throw the white towel here. And we are, yeah, have Huiji B moving on into the semi-finals here from this Elephant Yeti Cup. But as you can see, the game looks so much more polished. It looks a lot of fun right now. It feels a little bit slow still, and Sound effects, of course, are still being worked on. There's so much still being worked on. But like compare it to the stuff we had like a couple of days ago, right? And just see the jump. It's just incredible, and it's just so much fun to actually play right now. I'm getting kind of like a feeling back from Wings of Liberty, early Wings of Liberty, the beta, where it starts to feel really good, and where you just want to go and sit down and play and see what things do, you know, and how unit compositions work and stuff. So, well, thank you anyways for watching tonight, and I hope you had a good time. We have a lot more matches to come here. K-Dong against Swifty, Truk against Hoodelson, Gregor. Oh yes, of course, it's Gregor against J. Rupert. And the finals is going to be best of 5. But yes, this looks amazing so far already. We have so many graphical updates. We have so many smoothening being done. This build already looks like a really good game. And I promise you, it's just going to get better. So, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Oh yeah, of course, after I said goodbye, don't worry. There's one thing you can still do. Please hit the subscribe button. And please also follow me on my other social media, Twitter and Twitch, at MapuTV/MapuTV. You'll find me everywhere. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next one. Peace.